Good chance here for Norwich. Oh, what a goal! Grant Holt. And it's going to be Gabriel Sara this time. Yes!
Yeah. It's all right, Dan.
It's
You're
good,
happy with that, aren't you?
It's a good stuff. It's really good stuff, yeah.
You were happy with that coffee there, weren't you?
It's so good. It's really good.
Yeah, well, if there's anyone that should know about coffee, it's definitely you being from Brazil. Because they do good coffee over there.
Oh, definitely. The coffee there is unbelievable. It's so good.
Why do you think? Why is that though? Do you think it's just because different environments, or I don't know?
Yeah, I don't understand too much about this, but I was told the weather is good, the land is good as well in there, so we have a lot.
Do you make your own coffee? Have you got a big old machine? Are you sachets in, or what do you do? You're lazy like me with the pods, because I'm quite lazy.
No, I like to do my own coffee, but I do with the filter machine, you know.
Right, okay.
So we use like the filter paper and put the coffee there, everything.
I'm hoping you're getting them free from Green Farm for that. I don't want him paying. Obviously,
I got some free.
Yeah, that's good.
The last time I asked for a few coffees.
I need to get on that myself. Let's touch on Brazil. I knew I was doing this there. I've seen you obviously play quite a lot this year, so I thought I'll do a little look into behind the scenes. And actually, I kind of seen a little bit where you play from, but I didn't realise how big that stadium was and how big that club actually is in Brazil.
Yeah, to be fair, it's not just because I used to play there, but I think it's the biggest club in Brazil in terms of history and titles. So it's really big. It's amazing.
I looked at the thing that I think the attendance maximum was about 70 something you can get in there.
Yeah.
What was the biggest when you were there? Can you remember that? Or?
The biggest I was there was 66,000 people there.
What was that like?
It's crazy. You can't hear anything, just them. It's unbelievable, to be fair. If like the manager trying to give you some advices or something like this, it's nothing.
No, but that's good sometimes because you can just ignore it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I didn't hear you what you were saying.
Yeah.
So that's obviously good balls into obviously this season. We're on that bit of a run. I know you've done many of interviews and we've heard them before, so I don't want to keep asking you similar questions. Obviously, the dream is to come to Norwich, so then get in the Premier League. Is watching the Premier League at the moment making you realise, look, I play in 66,000, kind of do that every single week, and that even more drive at the minute to get there?
Oh, definitely. It's not just because of that, but I think this club deserves to be in the Premier League. You can say me that, you play here and you know how the fans are and the atmosphere, so...
Well, I left them there. Then they started getting relegated. I was all right when we were there. I got them up.
You shouldn't stop, you know.
No, I should have. You didn't see me play at the end. I definitely should have stopped. You've touched on the fact. It's always interesting when I do these conversations because I was pretty similar to you. I didn't, even though you're in England, I knew a little bit about Norwich, but I didn't know that much. Probably similar to when you got contacted by the club. But everyone tells you the buzzwords of it's a community, it's this and it's that, and you go, is it though? Because I've heard that before. And there's something about this place when you come, you understand what everyone was saying was actually, they're not telling you lies, it's actually true. Yeah. Have you found that since you've been here?
Yeah, definitely. As I said, like before that, I knew Norwich, but I watched them play in the Premier League a few times. I saw Timo Pukki score a few goals.
Yeah, he's done all right, that kid.
Yeah,
he's done quite well, yeah.
But it's not that much. And before I came, the scout and the guys, they say to me, like, it's an amazing city. Like, it's a really warm community, you know, and a big family, they say to me. And I was like, yeah, but sometimes they try to convince you to come, you know. So I thought, like, yeah, maybe it's something like this, but it's not like they're saying. But to be fair, it's even more than they were saying to me. Because you came here and the club is like a family, the city is like a community, like an amazing family as well. And the city in Norfolk, in the general, is amazing, to be fair.
Yeah, and the fans have been mixed at home this year, would you say?
They're good. They're okay. The atmosphere is good. I think sometimes they just, they know we can give them more, so they ask for more.
Well, I think the last few games we've definitely given them that a little bit more.
Oh, definitely.
No doubt yourself. Obviously, yourself scoring a great goal last week when we were here, showing a bit of pace down the line.
Yeah.
You got to finish across the goal. Yeah. Where do you prefer playing? We have this debate. Obviously, there's a couple of the legends. Obviously, we do the game, so I'm quite fortunate I get to come every week, and we have this debate. I keep telling everyone that I see you as a number 10. That's where I think you're at your best. Higher up the pitch, running behind, scoring goals like you've done last week. Does it matter to you where you play? Do you enjoy all the positions? Where do you prefer?
So it's a little bit confused, you know.
Don't say confusing, because then everyone will think you don't know what you're doing on the pitch.
Yeah. No, it's a little bit confused about where I prefer to play, because I love to play as a number 10. You know, I have, how can I say, more freedom, and I think it less responsibility defending.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Less running.
Less running, and I'm really close to the box and to score goals. But at the same time, when I play as a number 6 or a number 8, I got the ball all the time.
Yeah.
So I got the ball from the center back, I got the ball from the full back.
So you're involved a little bit more.
Yeah, you know, so sometimes when I play as number 10, I have like 30 touches in the ball, and when I play as number 6, I have 70. So I feel like more into the game playing as a number 6.
You want to score though, don't you?
But
you don't want to defend and pass the ball around, do you?
But at the same time, I can score play as a number 8 or a number 6. The boss gives me a lot of freedom. When he put me to play in that position, he said to me, like, I'm not taking you from your position just to defending or to give like easy passes. I want you to create chances and score goals as well.
I think as an ex-player, we understand why he's doing it, because you've got a lot of different attributes. I just like seeing you higher. It's probably my preference, that's all it is.
Yeah.
On that note, goal last week, celebration, talk me through that.
It's amazing. So a few months ago, we discovered we were pregnant. And
we're pregnant, or you?
My missus, yeah. It's because in Brazil you say like
you're both pregnant.
Yeah.
Someone say I'm pregnant, and I put too much weight on it at the minute.
Probably in a few years I will be like this. But yeah, just in Brazil we say like that. But yeah, my fiance is pregnant, and we're expecting a little girl, so we're really excited for that.
Oh, nice.
And
right, talk me through this, because our Stuart Webber obviously was here, who brought you into the club. I seen an interview and I was like, nah, that can't be true. And he talked about the reason you hadn't settled was because your dogs weren't with you. Is there any truth in that?
What
just when you first came in, it was a little bit, you were unsettled and a little bit. Was it the truth because your dogs weren't with you? Was it your 2 dogs were in Brazil and you were here?
Yeah, it's not like it's a part of the truth, you know. I had some problems because, as I said, the language was tough.
Yeah.
I couldn't have any friends here. And
well, someone said to me there, you might struggle with the language barrier, and they said, oh, he's got really good English. I said, no, it'd be him understanding my English because it's that bad from being in Cumbria.
It's okay. Your English is okay.
I'm slowing down.
Yeah.
If I go quick, you would think.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the dogs. You're telling me it was everything, the mix and the language and the.
Yeah, it's like the language was really annoying. Like my fiance could speak English before me, so.
I bet you that annoyed you. She's having a great conversation.
She's doing everything, and I was just like looking like a kid, and everything that I go to a restaurant, like.
Did she do any tricks on you? Did she order your own food and stuff? See,
like ask some salad.
Yeah, give something different.
I want a massive steak, and she just asked some salad, but it's like. Yeah, it was really annoying because she used to ask everything, so everything that I tried to do, I had to ask her to do, so it was like really annoying.
Yeah.
And the club, I couldn't speak so much with the guys and everything. But I was really trying, and it's getting better, but a part was my dogs as well, because my dogs is like family to me.
Yeah.
So before I came, I asked them like...
Why don't you do a dog celebration when they landed in the country?
I would
get
like
on all fours and bark around and walk around and lift your leg up on the corner flag or something like that. That'd be quite cool.
It's true. I can try to do that next time.
That's it. You've heard it. The next time, by the time this podcast out, he will be in the corner trying to wee on one of the corner flags. I'm going to hold you to that as well. I'm going to wait for you to do that.
Okay.
We're going to hold you to that.
I will do that for you. And it was really hard to me because I had my routine back in Brazil, you know, like my dogs was like therapy for me because I love to walk with them, to feed them. And to be fair, before I started dating my fiance, I had one dog.
Right.
Then my old one, he's 3 years now. And it was used to be just me and him in my home. So it was like, we were really close, really connected, you know, and I was like really feeling like missing them. And before I came, I talked to Stuart. He was in Brazil, and we were having like a coffee. And I asked him like, I would be able to bring my dog in because I can't live without my dogs, you know. And he said, yeah, definitely we will. We searched something about the government, and he tricked me, to be fair.
Yeah, because he didn't tell you it was 6 months.
Yeah, he didn't say to me like, oh, they're gonna stay here like for a few months behind. He just said like, no, look. He showed me like the government says you can bring your dog, you just have to be the vaccine.
All right.
And I came to England and I received a call and they said like, oh, your dogs can go to the UK, but you have to stay for four months in quarantine. So that was really sad.
Yeah, he killed you a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not very nice, Stu. Well, at least he signed anyway, so you got the deal done. So that's it.
He did his job, right?
Yeah, whatever tactic you do, just get it.
He was
you
right.
go around here, though, Norfolk. Dogs, beaches. You must be walking them every weekend. Do you take them out to Wells and Hunstanton and walking down the beaches there? Or?
Oh no, the weather
Too
don't
cold
help
for
me. It's too cold.
How was that the weekend?
Mate, to be fair, I went to Horsey Beach to see the seals.
Yeah.
I went there. I drove like 45 minutes with my family. I think we walked like 100 meters.
Yeah.
Look, one seal.
And get back
I was crying because the wind was in my
just getting
face.
in your face, yeah.
I think was, I don't know, -1 degree.
Yeah.
I look at my dad. My dad was crying as well. I said, like, let's go home.
He's like, is this supposed to be fun?
Yeah.
So go home and just watch it on the TV at beaches.
To be fair, I took my dog, my dad there in his birthday.
Yeah.
And we went there and we walked 100 meters, see like one seal. He was crying and he said, like, let's go home. And when you go to car, like, turn on the heating a little bit, like for 10 minutes. No one talk anything.
Yeah, just
my dad looked at me and said, this was terrible. It's not the beach is nice, the sea is nice, but this weather is not weather to go to the beach.
How do you find the weather? It's a weird one, the weather, isn't it? You kind of do get used to it, but nothing can compare you for being in the winter in England. It's rain and it's cold. And
it's like the weather about rainy and this stuff is not that bad, to be fair. My city in Brazil is in the south, so I think rain is more than here, to be fair.
Yeah, okay.
But the cold one is
gets you, doesn't
it? You know, and it's quite hard to use like jackets all the time and jumpers or whatever. And because the winter in Brazil is 2 months, 1 month and a half, and it's like the winter is like one day is 10 degrees, the other day is 30, and you never know. And
sounds
here's
terrible,
like,
doesn't it?
So,
I'd take that.
I take that. Yeah.
I was on a podcast last week talking about the current crop and the squad and where you are and what I believed about where you are. I've said for a long time that I think the current squad's got enough ability to get in the playoffs, and I think it's got enough ability to go up. Because I think on a one-off game, I quite fancy that group that you've got with the experience and a bit of flair and the different stuff, that you've got enough to beat any team in the league on your game. Do you believe that?
I believe so, yeah.
And I also said as well, which is we'll go on to with you, is that you seem to be hurting teams with different things at the moment. So we're counter-attacking people. We've got Sarge running behind. We've got crosses going in the box. You've got Barnsley getting on the end of things. We're now having arguments on the pitch about, with you and Nunes, who's taking free kicks because you can both hit free kicks. I tell you what did make me laugh last week, watching the game, when Sydney came on, because I've watched Sydney quite a bit of forwards and stuff, and he had the audacity to think he was going to take the free kick, which is quite funny because like you could see like Nunes going absolutely no chance you're getting this free kick, and then you were on the side thinking, I think you'd just gone off, I think. And it was there, be like, he thought he was having a chance, and he's like, nah, you ain't getting this free kick.
To be fair, I think I'm always like the calm guy to take the free kicks, because I try to think like for which one of us is the best.
Yeah, position,
you know?
Yeah.
So, but I scored a few goals in this season so far, and Nacho, till last week, didn't score.
Yeah.
So sometimes he came to me and said, like, I have to score this goal, and he always like more excited to get the ball.
Yeah.
And I think back in that game, I was like, okay, because I saw the free kick is too far. So it's not for me. It's not for any of us. And
but he was never getting it, Sydney, was he?
And Sydney just came and got the ball. And I didn't realize too, he was like, I don't know, fighting Nacho or something like this. And I look at that, I was like, what's happening here?
Yeah. He was never getting that free kick.
And there was someone on the floor, I think was Fastnat, and I think like there's our friend in the floor, and everyone's like fighting for taking the free kicks. And it's like they're okay. They didn't fight. It's just, but I think it's a good thing in the squad.
Yeah, it's a good thing, and that's what I said about the squad. It's like the best squads have got people that want to do stuff, and like anyone, if you're a free kick taker, you want to take the free kick. If it was a penalty, you're like, as soon as you went down as a forward, you want to take the penalty. You want to take the foot. It's great though when you get a free shot for nothing, innit?
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean? Let someone do all the work. Fall over. And then you get the glory.
Yeah,
it's easy.
It's so easy, right?
I always say, if you want to be anything, be a penalty taker and a free kick taker, because everyone does the work for you,
so easy,
and your
right?
stats look really good. Everyone talks about the English football, and we see it. Obviously, we've always been, or Brazilian football. We've always, for years, obviously, we're probably like seeing all them teams come from Brazil. when someone talks to you about the Premier League and you watch it and then talks about the English and they go, oh, it's completely different football. Have you seen it and did you realise it quite quick that actually it is completely different to any other kind of place you play?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, I used to say in Brazil, we think about football as a technique thing, you know? Like, so if you play football well, and there they teach you like, you have to play football with the ball.
Yeah.
And like, we still doing like runs in behind and everything because it's part of scoring goals and this thing.
Yeah.
But if you say like, oh, we have to run back quick, it's not usual, you know? Like, I have to be honest, we are a little bit lazy in Brazil about tactical stuff. And here it's quite different, you know, like I played against 2 teams in Premier League so far, against Fulham and Liverpool.
Yeah.
And I can say to you, like, after I played with Liverpool was crazy.
Different world, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It was like, it's the best team I play against. And I think it was the craziest game in my life because I think in that day I understand football, you know.
Do you know the funny thing was, I always say this with Liverpool, I don't care what you say, like you can't describe what it's like, because you've seen it.
Yeah.
How nerve-wracking is that week for you, thinking you might get left out because it's an FA Cup tie?
Yeah.
So it's the only game, like normally FA Cup games, you're thinking, I could do with a week off really.
Yeah.
But that week where everyone panicking, thinking, like, I want to play Liverpool.
Yeah, definitely. I was so excited, to be fair. I think...
Did you ask the manager, look, are we playing a full team this week? Or?
No, definitely. It's like when you play Bristol and the manager said, like, we are going Anfield next week, I definitely had to be there. If like if I start getting sick, I'm not sick or something like this.
Yeah.
And the tackles in the training was like really careful because I have to be ready for this game, you know.
It's some place. And how was that feeling walking out to Anfield, being there,
amazing.
shaking hands, hearing the cops sing, and you never walk alone?
Amazing. It was unbelievable. It's like I remember I was like just remembering, and I saw a move in my head. Definitely, it's like I've been working a lot to be there in that moment, you know. And
it is a realisation moment, isn't it?
Yeah,
like
definitely.
I said the same thing. Mine was when we were at Old Trafford, because Man United were obviously the big team when we were there, and Sir Alex Ferguson obviously massive. And then the moment you were stood in, I remember because I was captain at the time, going round and you had to go the captain go in and shake the manager's hand. It was Alex Ferguson, and you stand there going, and he's like, hello. I always say, someone said, what's your greatest memory? I said, the fact that Alex Ferguson knew my name.
Really?
He actually said, oh, hello, Grant. And I was like, oh. Alex Ferguson. And he was like, he probably didn't have a clue who it was, but obviously it was Grant and done it. And I said, that was the biggest moment. And it was the first time that I actually went, all that hard work that I'd done and all that travelling and all that stuff was actually worth that one moment of football. And that's probably for you a similar thing. Like, you've done all that work in Brazil, you've done all that hard graft, the dogs being away from you, coming in to be in that moment and sitting there.
Yeah, it's amazing, to be fair. You remember, like, you kid watching them playing TV, and when you go there, it's just like... And that day, I thought, like, we have to go up, you know? Like, we
and
have
that's what I
to
was
go
just
to
about to
Premier
say
League.
to you. I was like, obviously, you always have the focus, you want to be there, but I think in that moment, I had the same realisation when we were there. I was like, I don't want to have this feeling again. I don't want to go down. I want to be at Anfield, Chelsea. In that moment, was it like, you want to be there, but did that give you that lift to go, actually, I want this even more?
I want to, yeah, definitely. And I think if you pick our games after that game, I think there's a feeling different, you know, because after that game we are unbeaten here and everything, and I think everyone felt that, like, it's amazing to be here, you know. Why you have to stay like in the Championship if we can be in the Premier League playing against this kind of team every week? Like, we can face Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester, and we want to be here, you know, all the time.
I think where you're at the moment with the results, I think for me the last one was, even against Watford, I never felt you were going to lose against Watford, even sitting there, even though after Spreer's goal, I said to Adam after the game, I was like, as he scored that goal, I said, I still think we'll win this. I think you've just got that belief at the moment where you can hurt teams. Obviously the game at the weekend, obviously the 1-1 was probably a disappointment because of the chances we missed early in the first half. And I think if you can get that consistency, I believe, that, and probably you do, that you could easily get in the playoffs. And as I said, I think if you get in the playoffs, for me, I think a lot of teams will look at you and go, I don't want to play Norwich because you've got things you can hurt you.
No, definitely. I remember the Watford game as well. I was thinking, it's like the game wasn't good. The fans was booing, and we are 2 goals up, and they scored 2 goals. They drew, but same time I was feeling like we are so unity, you know.
Yeah.
If you are not playing football like well, and the second half, we were winning. Like, there's no chance we're gonna lose this game, because we could feel, you know. And I think our team is getting better in that. Like, we are really working as a unit. I think we have good chances. We have to be more like ruthless in their chances. Like, we have to really kill them when we have a chance.
Yeah.
But at the same time, defending, we are together. In the midfield, we are fighting. So you can feel like something's changed. Something is getting better since the middle of the season so far. To be fair, and even the last game against Blackburn, they drew, of course, but we had the chances.
Yeah,
and
that's the thing, isn't it? You just got to take them chances. You're getting that.
Yeah.
You're getting that time of year now where it's like you need to convert them into the points and just keep keeping in.
Yeah.
I think you're getting, and I think if you get in, I think that there'll be a lot of teams looking. But no, thank you for the interview.
Thank you very much.
You've heard it here first. The next time he scores, he'll be cocking his leg like a dog and weeing on the corner flag, which I'm definitely going to hold him to.
I will do it.
Insightful as ever, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Man. Thank you.
Shall I move that wall out of the way?
If you want them in short, like.
He's a professional. I'm not an athlete. I'm not an athlete anymore. I'm just fat and old now. It keeps pulling my hamstring.